Hi guys, so in this video I'll show you how we can use text functions to clean, manipulate, extract our data for better analysis. And it is very important to use some of these functions to clean your data before you start aggregating or doing any forms of calculation. So these functions are there to help you clean your data before you start any analysis. Now, so for some of these functions here, these are not all, but we have some of them. We have the concatenate, we have the concat, text join, the and we call it and ampersand, the text split, we have the left, right, we have mid, we have substitute, we have len, as in length, we have upper, we have lower, we have proper, we have unique, we have trim, we have repeat, we have exact, we have transpose, we have count, we have clean, we have several of them, but these are just the ones that are most commonly used. There are several others as well, but with this, I think your analysis should be clean enough. So now I have some product here, and I have the transaction date, I have the currency in which the product are being sold, and we have the amount the product are being sold. So I want to clean this data, and I'm going to tell you what each of these text functions, the work they do, what each of these text functions what they do. So I'm going to show you now. So I have some product here. I have about two, three or so. We have about three different products and the transaction dates in which the product are being sold, the currency. So which means that we have more than one currency here which this product is being sold. Then we have the total. So now concatenate. Concatenate helps you to join your data together. It helps you to join your cells together. That's what work of concatenate. They'll help you what join your work together. Now to do this, use your equals to, then concatenate. So now text one, which is the first text that I want to join, input, then you click on it, then comma to take you to the next text that you want to add. So with concatenate, you can add a lot of cells. You can add more than two, more than three cells together, and it will help you combine them. So I've selected my first text, then my second text, which is this. If I should click on comma, it will shift, it will give me the chance to click to pick my text cell, my third cell, but I only need to join just this and this together, the currency and the total. So enter. You see it has already joined these two together. But now the issue is that in the case where I need to put a spacing in between my text, now this is where it's kind of complicated, because at the end of each selected cell you need to input the delimiter. Now a delimiter is any symbol that you have in between your text. I repeat, a delimiter is any symbol that you have in between your text. Okay, let's say for instance now I'm having three texts that I want to join together. So I'm having three texts I want to join together. Let's say this is the third text. Now it will just join everything together without no spacing, nothing, and this is very rough. So you need to input a delimiter. You need to input a delimiter. So now a delimiter is any symbol that you have in between your text. To input a delimiter, so just start this all over again. So we'll start this all over again. Equals to concatenate my text one, which is this, then comma. My delimiter is any symbol that is in between my text. So now my delimiter here is space. I want to have a space in between. I might decide to have a hyphen. It could be anything, but yeah, I want to have a space. So I will input my quote, then space, then my quote again, put my comma, then select the second text I want to join, then you enter. You see there is now a space, and this looks perfectly okay. So if I need to join a third text, I just need to input comma, then still input my delimiter again, quote, space, then quote, then comma, then the other text that I want to join. Let's say I want to join uh my transaction date now. So I saying I saying I have this. So this transaction date that you have here is kind of like it's converted it to some kind of should I say code or something, because this is a date, so it's converted them to number. So let's say I don't want to have this. I don't want to have this transaction date. Let's say I want to have something else like maybe this GHS again, then enter. Now I think this should be better now. You see, if I need to have a fourth text that I want to join together, let's say I want to join another text, so I still need to input my delimiter, which is my spacing. Okay, in this case, I don't want to use a space, I want to use an hyphen. I want to use a hyphen, then input comma, then I need to select my fourth text, then this. So you see, here I have spacing, here I have spacing, then in this fourth, between the third and fourth, I use an hyphen, which is this here, you can see. So that's just the work of concatenate. For everything you want to join together, you need to input your delimiter. You need to input your delimiter. So I'm just going to cancel this. I only need the first and second cell to join. So clicking on this dots here, it will automatically fill up other spaces. So I don't need to start typing concatenate for each cell. To automatically fill up based on the first function that I have in this first cell. Now, moving on to the next, we have concat. Concat and concatenate are the same, but concat is like an old version, and concatenate is an old version, while concat is the modern way of doing this, but you are using the same formula for both. The same way you need to input a delimiter in between your text that you want to join is still the same way you are going to do this concat. So now let's go concat equals to my first text cell that I want to add here, this comma. So my delimiter, which is my spacing. Now let's use hyphen here, comma. Then the second text that I want to join, enter. You see, concat and concatenate are the same. If I decide not to use, any delimiter here, if I decide not to use any delimiter, all this will be joined together. So I need to input my delimiter so it looks more accurate. My delimiter is spacing, then comma. So I want to use an hyphen here instead of spacing. So I want to use an hyphen. Then yeah. So this will automatically fill up the other cells for me. So automatically fill up the other cells for me. Now text join. So I prefer using this text join because unlike concatenate and concat, I don't have to input my delimiter at every cell, at the back of every cell. So once I have one single delimiter, then it will fill up. Even if I have up to 100 cells that I want to join together, the delimiter will help to fill up, which automatically fill up Now, okay, let's say for instance now this text join. I want to use text join here. Text join equals to, so I need to input my delimiter first here. So my delimiter here is the spacing that I want to use, then comma. Ignore empty. This means that do you want to ignore empty cells or you want to include empty cells? So in this case, I want to ignore empty cells. I will use true, then comma. The first text that I want to join is this, comma. Then the second text that I want to join is this, then enter. So this will automatically include, so even if I am having a third cell here, even if I'm having a third cell and a fourth cell or even a fifth cell, it will automatically add all the spacing in between all of them for me, you see. So I'm just going to have the first and second cell here, then enter, you see. So clicking this, it will automatically add everything together for me. So I prefer using this text join instead of using concatenate or concat. So text join is still okay. Now for ampersand, for ampersand is also another way to join your text together. It's more of like a very complex way because you have to input the ampersand and input your delimiter in order to have spacing. In the case where you are joining more than two or three, in case where you are joining more than two or three cells together. Now let's get to it. This is the ampersand equals to, for ampersand you don't need to put the ampersand or anything. So you just have to select the first cell that you want to join, input do I have to put comma? Okay, first cell that you want to join, put your put comma here, your ampersand, then comma, then your delimiter, which is this, then comma, put the second cell that you want to join. Okay, I think you don't have to put comma here. I don't think you have to put comma. Use ampersand. Okay, let's do this all the way again. For ampersand equals to the first cell that you want to join. Use the and ampersand, then use your delimiter, then use your ampersand, then the next cell that you want to join, enter. Yes. So for this, you don't have to use comma. You have to select the first cell. Okay, let's do it again. Equals to the first cell that I want to join, the ampersand, and my delimiter. Let's say in this case, I don't want to use space again. I want to use an hyphen, then the ampersand again, then this. So if I want to join about 2 to 3 of this now, so I need to use this ampersand again. I need to use my ampersand, select my delimiter. Okay, in this case, I'm not using space, I'm not using hyphen. Let's say I want to use this asterisk as my delimiter. Then this, I've closed my delimiter now. Then you have to select the ampersand again. Then select the third cell that you would like to join. You see, so the first delimiter that I had was this, then my asterisk. So in the case where I'm not using asterisk, I just want to have space in between them. Just have to remove it then. So this is kind of like complicated because you need to input your ampersand, input your asterisk, input your ampersand, input your asterisk, input your delimiter rather, before it can work, and if you are not getting it, it's not going to work for the rest. So that's all about the ampersand. So the best thing is to use the text join, because in this case you don't have to input the delimiter at every point. Once you input your delimiter, it's just going to automatically do that together. In the case where you have uh, you have some employee, you have staff's employee, and you have first name separate, last name or middle name separate. So imagine you have 1,000 employee and you have to join all the staff's name together. You have to join them, first name, middle name, and last name together. So it's not possible. You have to start typing each name, first name, middle name, last name, or start inputting the limiter at the end of each of them. So with this text join, it will be very easier for you to do. Now, text split is like the reverse of all of this. It is the reverse of concatenate, concat, text join, ampersand. So the text split will split to help us to split whatever cells that we've joined together. The text split will split it. Okay, now let's say I want to create a new cell and I want to copy all of this there, because I'm going to split this now. I'm going to split all of this now, so I'll paste them as values. So I'm going to split this now using text split. So let me hide this. So I'm going to hide this cells. So I want to split this now, but I need to create another column. If not, this will split into this column and this column, but I don't want it to split into this left column because I'll be using it for a different function. So I just click on this. Yes, so the text split will help me split this into these two columns, because so if I have two or three or more, it will split them into separate columns. So this text split is like the reverse of your concatenate, your concat, your ampersand, and your text join. So for text split, you need to input text split. So the text that you want to split, this is the text that I want to split, comma. So the delimiter, which is what symbol do you have in between your text. So I'll put my delimiter, which is a space, then comma there. I'll close this. That's all. Do you see? So the text split help me to split this two. It helps to split these two into separate columns. So let's do it again. Equals to text split. The text that I want to split, I want to split this. I want to split this, comma. So the column delimiter. So if you are not having space in between your text, let's say you have hyphen, you have something else, you just have to input it. But in this case we have space. So I'll close my delimiter, then close my function, then enter. You see. So it helps us to split each of them separately into different columns. To help us to split them into different columns. So that is a function of text split. So I'm going to hide this again. I'm going to hide this. So if you need to unhide them, just click on the column in between what you hide, then right click on unhide. Oh, so let's say I've hide everything. I want to unhide everything now. So click on unhide. Everything will come back to the way it is towards rather. So I want to hide all of this. I want to hide all of this except for column J. So just click then hide. So now the left function helps us to pick some particular character, some certain amount of character in our cell. So starting from the left, starting from this GHS, so the left function will help us pick some certain number of character. So let's do it. Left equals to. So this text, this is where I want to pick a text from this. So I'll select it here, comma. So this num charts means how many number of character that you want. So let's say I want two. Just say I want two, which means starting from the left, the first two. So the two that I'm going to get here will be GHS. The two will just be, no, the two will be GH, not GHS, it will be two. So if I'm having like three character that I want to pick, it will be GHS. I just want to pick two, so it will just be GH. So I have two here, then enter. You see, it will be GH. So if I'm picking, let's say I'm picking three. If I select three, I will have GHS. And if I select one, I'm going to have just G. So the left function will help you pick some certain number of text in your, okay, let me not use this, let me use this. Let's say I want to pick the first four character from this. So I just have to select my text. I've already selected it, then equals to how many numbers? 4. So here we have PHYT, which is the first character in this cell, the first four character in this cell. PHYP. So here will be data, DATA. That will be the first four that it's going to pick. You see, here we have data. Here we have draft tech here. Draft tech here. Here, draft tech there. Then here we should have POW. Okay, it didn't. So what's going on there? Oh, okay. Can't delete this value. Oh, okay. I have I have I have something here that's blocking this. So let's say I want to move it. Let's say I want to move it. I think I still have it there. So okay, let me do this again. Yeah. So there's something blocking this side. I think I calculated something there. So for this, which you have POWE, which is what you're seeing here. Yeah. So that's the function of left. It will calculate based on the number. If I should pick just three, so we only have PYT, and if I should want it to just automatically calculate the rest, you see everything changed to just three characters. So that's the function of left. It will start picking from the left. But for right is the opposite of left. Same function, but you have to just type your right instead of left. Then the text, I'm going to use the same text, then comma, then how many. Okay, I picked three now, so I'm going to just pick three again. So this three, instead of starting from the left here, you start from the right here. Start from counting from the right. So the last three, it's going to pick the last three. Let's say if I pick four, okay, yeah, I said the last three. Can see the last three is okay, let me just say the last four. Don't let me call the word. So I'll just say the last four. So the last 4 years, the last 4 years should be easy. The last 4 years should be less. The last 4 years should be a year last. So once I click it to automatically update it, to automatically update everything here. Easy. We have last year. We have last year. I think this is Power BI, Excel, and SQL class. So the last four starting from the right is the last, and the last 4 years is easy. Then we have anything again. Yeah, list. We have list. So because this is a workplace, and the last four starting from the right is LACE. If I should say the last five, this should change to this should change to place. I should select 5 here, this should change to place. You see, this should change to place. So just going to maintain the 4. Now the mid we pick a character, but you need to select where you want it to start picking from. So you need to select where you want it to start picking from. For instance, okay, let's do this. So select the mid equals to, so the text that we want to pick, we want to pick this, we want to pick this, yeah. Then comma. So where do I want it to start picking from? We should just start now. I want it to start picking from, let's say, let me count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It could be anything. Okay, let me say I want to start picking from the fifth. I want to start picking from the fifth number, then comma. So the number is how many number do you want to pick starting from this fifth that I select. So looking at this now, looking at this Python 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let me say 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's say I want to start picking from the seventh character. So I'm trying to ignore the spacing because the spacing also matters. So I want you to start picking from this 7, which is this Python 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So how many numbers do I want to pick? How many numbers do I want? I want let's say 3. Or let's say 4 as usual. Let's say I want 4, then enter. So it started picking, start from this 7th, from this 7 I selected of 5. Hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, okay. You see the Python is 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then starting from the 7th, which is this comma. So I don't want to use 7, 7, 8. So I want to start from the let's say the ninth number. So it starts from this x from this e. So how many numbers? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You should just pick excl, then enter. So if I should want it to automatically do the rest for me, so let's calculate this together. Data is 4. So I want to start from the ninth. The space is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So it should start from lysi. That should be what I should have in this. lysi. Yeah, I said that because I wanted to start from the ninth number. And it could just be from maybe the second number that you want to start from. I don't want the 9 number. I want to start from the second number. Just start from this y. So automatically start from this y, then pick just 4. So ytho, that's what we should have here. Ytho. So the mid, you have with the mid, unlike the left and right where you don't have the where you can't select where you want to start counting from. So the left we start automatically from the leftmost letter or figure or whatever you have there, and the right will start at the end. But the mid, you have the chance to pick where you want it to start counting from. I hope this is clear. So that's the work of the left, right, and mid. That's the work of left, right, and mid. So I'm going to hide this again. I'm going to hide this. Now to substitute. So substitute will help us to um, change, we substitute a particular text for another. That's the work of substitute. It will help us to substitute a particular text, for another. So let's say, for instance, using this same one, I want to. So which letter is most common here? So E. So I want to change my capital letter E to small letter e. So I can use substitute to do that. So now let's get to it. Substitute. So substitute equals to, now the text that I want to change. This is it here. I selected it, comma. So the old text, you need to put this in a code because without it, it won't work. So the old text I want to change is a capital E, then comma, then the new text that, oh, I need to close my quote. Then the new text that I want is a small letter E. I want the small letter E. I will close this, then enter. So are you seeing now? So all the capital letter that I have here has turned to small letter, both capital letter. Any letter E that I want to change here has automatically turned to small letter. If I should want this to update it, so all this easy now should have small letter. So let's say, yeah, I said it. So you see now, the easy has small letter, easy, easy, easy. If you have any other thing again, you can now take it, the guide, the E in mastering, the E in workplace, they all have small letter. So basically that's just the work of substitute. You just have to select the text that you want to change. That will be the reference, then the old letter or old number, then the new number. So let's do it again. So substitute equals to substitute, then the text that I want to this, comma, the old text, which should be the capital E, comma, then the new text, which should be the small e, comma, then just enter. So if you are having something and you need to change, instead of you typing, you can just use substitute to change or whatever letter or whatever that you need to substitute, and automatically it should be done. So that's the work of substitute. So in order to have more space, I'm still going to hide this again. We still have quite a lot to do. So the length will help you to count the number of character that you have in a cell. The length will help you to count the number of character that you have in a cell. So the length automatically will help us count the number of character here, number here, the number here. So let's get to it. You understand now? Length equals to, so the text that I'm selecting here. So the length is telling me that in this place, including all the spacing, the comma and everything, we have 36. Now, so if I should roll it down, so you see the length shows me that, okay, in this here we have 31, here we have 23. So let's count it together. Data is 4 with the spacing 5, analysis 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 plus 8 is 13 with the spacing in between 14, then 15, 16, 17, 18, then with the spacing 19, then easy is 4, 19 plus 4, that's 23. Yeah, you see, the length helps me to count the number of everything I have in this, including the spacing and everything. The length will help you count them. So this is 53. If you should count it, you have 53. So this is a function of length. And there's something similar to length. Let me just do this here. So let me have this count here. Count. So the length and count are kind of similar. So let me delete this. Don't need this again. Or let me hide it. So, oh, okay. Yeah, so the length and count are kind of similar, but unlike length that will help you count, let's say horizontally, what you have in the selected row, the count, we count the number of column that we have here, number of rows that we have here. So let me do this. The count, okay, let's do count equals to the values that we have here. If I should press enter, it will give me 0. Yeah. So the count equals to, so let's do it again. The count equals to what we have here to here. Then, oh, I didn't press the count. Equals to count, so count what we have here to here. My Excel is misbehaving. Okay. So the count, this count again. So the count will help me to count more of like the length. So let's do the count. Count equals to values. Okay. Count can only count numbers. Count can only count numbers. So count number of cell in a range that contains number. So count can only count numbers. So I won't be using this for count, but I'll be using this cell, this row for count. Let's say we have this and enter. So count now. Count we count vertically, the length we count horizontally. So count now, I counted okay, how many cells do we have here that have numbers. So this stops at 86. But the first row that we have here is the first one, which are the headers. So count, it means that you can count the number of rows that you have, the number of rows that you have. Yes, that's what count does. So count is telling that in this case we have 85 rows. So it does not just count for everything. So to tell you how many rows have you opened, which is 85. So upper. Now let's get to upper. So upper is like uppercase. It will help you to convert your text or whatever that you have to uppercase to lowercase. I think this is where this will be useful. I need to unhide this cell. So this substitute that I did here, I think it will be useful here. So let me unhide this. So let me hide this count and name. Yeah. So this substitute here. So this upper will help us to turn all our text to uppercase. Lower will help us turn it to lowercase, and this will help us turn it to sentence case. Yeah, making all our first letters to be capital letter. So for uppercase, you just need to type upper equals to upper, then select the text. So what I need you to notice is that for upper, the E in Excel here, the both E in Excel here and all the E in Easy here, all this E that are small letter, this upper will automatically help us turn everything into capital letter. You can see, so all the small letter in Excel has turned to capital letter. So let me do this for the rest. So you see now, here we have Easy, small letter E, it has all turned into capital letter. This is very simple. And for lower, it will turn all your text to small letters. I'm just going to turn this to small letter. You see, so everything has been turned to small letter. You see, now proper will help us turn each of these small letters, the starting letter like the P in Python, the E in Excel, the A in AND, the S in SQL, and the C in class, to help us turn each of them to capital letter. That is the sentence case. So proper, then select the text, which is this I'm selecting, then okay, you see, that's turned each of them into capital letter. The proper, the Python, the P in Python, the E in Excel, the A in ARM, the S in SQL. Same with data analysis made easy, the D, A, M, E were all turned to capital letter, while the rest are in small letter. So basically, that's all about That's all about upper, lower, and proper. So I'm just going to hide this so we can have more space for the analysis. Now, for unique, for unique will help us. Unique will help us. Unique will help us to find the unique product or unique whatever that you have. Okay, for instance, let's say I want to find how many currency. Like, I was not so sure about the number of currency that I have here. I'm not so sure about the number of currency. Okay, let's say I've been seeing a lot of GHS and GBP. Okay, let's say I want to have Nigerian Naira. Let's say I want to have euros, EUR, and some EUR, not just GBP and all. Let's say now, now I know I have NGN. Let me do another NGN here. So if I want to find the number of currencies I have here, so unique can help me do that. I just have to select unique equals to unique. So the array, what is meant by array? Array is like a range, a range. So I'm just going to select from here to the last, to the last. That's the array. Then enter. So now this unique is telling me that I have GHS, I have Ghana cedis, Nigerian naira, British, Great Britain pounds. You have European, yeah, EUR, then GBP. So why am I having two GBP here? Okay, I think there is one of them that has spacing. I think there is one of them that has spacing. So unique will help us find the unique um unique will help us find the unique, just figure out in case we have multiple, it help us listen, okay, this is what we have here. Out of all these things here, all these currency that are here, it's showing that we have showing that we have five currency, but GBP is occurring twice, which means that there's something, either there's a space before or there's a space after. So now this is where trim comes in. Okay, before we go to trim, let's do the unique again. So I'll do for the product. I'll do for the product again. I'll do for the product. So should I use the substitute here? They are more of the same. So I'll use let me use the product itself. Oh, so equals to unique. Then this down here to the last one. Come then so I just have to close it. So now this is telling me that we have five we have five products as well. We have Python, Excel, and SQL class. We have data analysis made easy. We have another data analysis made easy. We have text guide to mastering soft skills in a workplace. Then we have Power BI, Excel, and SQL class. So if you look at it now, we have some space in here. We have space in here. We have space in here. We have space in here. But however, this data analysis made easy and this one here, they are the same. But because of the spacing that we have here, it's exactly seeing them that they are separate. Same thing is happening here. So what do I do? So this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to create two. Let's say. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to trim. I'm going to use trim to. I'm going to use trim for this product here and for the currency. So basically, trim will help us remove all unnecessary space. Trim will help us to remove all unnecessary space. Now, so let's use trim TRIM. So the text that I want to trim, because I want to trim this. Now I can as well select everything, but let me just do it separately and automatically to help me fill it. So I just want to trim this, then enter. So what you notice is that you see all the unnecessary spacing and all. Trim has helped me to trim all the extra spacing that we have. For instance, between SQL and class, we have a lot of space there. That should be about 4 to 5 spaces there, and here to about 4 to 5. But now we just have one space. So which means that this trim has helped me, the trim function has helped me to trim everything. Okay, so let me do this. For this data analysis made easy, you see this spacing in between here. This trim will help me. The trim option equals to trim will help me remove all unnecessary space that we have in between them. Now you see, so the trim has removed all the unnecessary space. So now let me create a new column for the currency. So trim, let's name this trim product. Let's name this trim product. Then this one trim currency. So I'll now use unique to find this to be sure about what I'm saying. So now let me trim the currencies equals to trim. I want to trim the currency. I can just select just one of the currency here, JShares then. So using this, it will fill up the other space. So remember I said the trim will help me remove all the unnecessary spacing or whatsoever that we have. So now let's use the trim again for this. So I won't be using for for this that I use. So I'll be using unique for this trim now to see if I'm still going to have 5 products, and also for the currency to see if I'm still going to have 5 currencies. So that you see how powerful the trim is. So now let's use unique for this trim. Unique. So I'm going to select this down to the end, then close my ear, then enter. Now you see we have just 4. So the trim has removed all the unnecessary spacing and everything that we have. The trim has removed everything. Instead of this 5 that we have here before, because this data analysis made easy and this other one, they are the same. Now with the trim, it is helping us to see them as the same because there's no spacing. Even if it's just a single spacing that you have in between at the left or at the right before the test or after the test, Excel will see it separately. But with the trim function, it will help you to see them as the same. To help you to see them as the same. Now, instead of this 5 that we have here before, this is before the trim and this is after the trim. Let me write before. So before trim, help us, then this is after trim. So this is after the trim, and this GBP is before trim. So let me just copy and paste this here. So after the trim, I'm going to do for the USD again. So I'm going to do for the USD again, for the currency rather. So after the trim, let me see if I'm still going to have 5 currency that we have here. So equals to unique, then the currency, this all the way down, then enter. So now you see we only have 4, not 5 now. But after the trim, it has removed, like I said earlier, I was saying that there's something wrong with this GBP, one of this. It's either there's a space before or a space after, which is spacing are very invasive, especially if it's just one space. You hardly notice it. So there's a spacing in between. So with the trim will help you, make your analysis more accurate, because there's no way we're going to have 2 different data analysis made easy. it should be just one, but because of the spacing that we have, it is saying it as two. If I should have another one, let's say this one, let's say I have, okay, this will be going too far, so let's just leave this one there. So you see how trim is very powerful. So you need it for cleaning of your data. Now for this, so I'm just going to hide this. So let me hide the, how should I name it again? Okay, don't let me hide it. What should I do? I think I will need to hide this. I'll need to hide this and this. So instead I won't delete it, so I'll hide them because I'm going to need it. Substitute. Will I need substitute? No, I don't think I'll need substitute. I don't think I'll need. Okay, I will need the substitute. Let me leave the substitute and the train. So now for this, I think I'll need to shift this here. So exact, what does exact done for us? What does exact do for us, rather? So exact will help us to compare if they are the same. Remember, this is the one I trimmed, the polo that I trimmed. This is just the substitute where I change the capital letter in Excel to small letter. Now, this and this, they are not the same. Why? Because they might be the same in terms of the wordings and all, but looking at the spacing in between, spacing and all, they are not the same. This is the one that gave us 5 unique products, while after we trim it, we add 4. So you see why they are not the same. Excel we might see them as the same. So now exact will help us to compare whether these two are the same, whether if this and this are the same. So now that's the work of exact. Exact will help us to, so I'll just use this. The first test this, comma, then the second text that I want to compare. Obviously, this should tell me no because they are not the same because of the spacing in between. So it should be either no or false to say. I think no or false. I think it should be false. Yeah, it is false. False means that they are not the same. But if I should compare this and this, it should tell me, so it should tell me that they are not the same. So let's do this exact again. This first, then this. Should tell me false. But if I should do this and this, it should be true. So let's try this. Not true. Exact, then this, comma, then this. So it should be true here. Because this and this, there are no spacing. So I'm just going to use, so exact will help you to know, okay, whether what you've done, maybe they are the same or not. Oh, this is still counting all the spacing and all. So I don't need this. I think I need to delete everything we have here. Delete backspace here. So these two and this, they are not the same. Why this and the rest, they are the same. Now, trim and let me put this. Let me cut this. I don't need this as well yet. So trim and clean, they are more of like the same. Yeah, trim and clean, they are more of like the same. So let me do exact, which is what did we compare the trim, and yeah, we are going to have exact here. So what do we compare? Clean. Compare clean here. So now the clean and trim, they are the same, or let's say more of the same, because clean tool will help you remove any unnecessary spacing, whatever that you have there. So now let's use clean for this. Clean, Then what text do I want to clean? Select this, enter. Okay, so clean does has its own function as well, more of like the clean to remove any annotation or whatsoever that you have. So let's go to clean. Let's try it again. So clean will help you clean your your annotation or whatever that you have. Remove non-printable character from text. That's the function of clean. So now to clean will remove. It is kind of similar to trim, but trim is more preferable to help you remove any non spacing or whatsoever that you have there. So clean will remove any non-printable character that you have from your text. So I'm just going to clean this substitute. So we clean this same one for this trim here. So I'm going to do the same thing for this clean here. So you see, with clean now, we still have those spacing and everything here. We still have the spacing with clean. We still have all the spacing. So now let me do this. Okay, let me do this for the second one. Clean. Let me claim this and save. So clean is not like trim. Clean still returning the same thing. There's nothing to clean in this for clean to do here. There's nothing. So now I want to compare if this trim and if this clean are the same. If they give me same output. So I'll just use exact to compare this first text and this second text. So it should give me false because it cannot be the same. Because this clean is more of like returning what you have in the substitute for me. Yeah. Returning what we have in this substitute is more of like what you are getting in this clean here. So now if I want to compare this, what I cleaned and what I trimmed, let's see if we are having the same thing. You see? So this and this are not the same, but this and this are like are true. True means they are the same, while false mean they are not the same. Now that's that. So I think I can hide all of this now. I can hide all of this now. So hide. Now for repeat, remember that I said this rept is like it means repeat. It means repeat. So it will repeat everything that I have here a number of times I want it to repeat it. So basically that's just what it does. To help me repeat whatever I wanted to repeat a number of times I wanted to repeat it. Now let's get to it. So repeat, REPT. So you already have it here. So to repeat a given text a given number of times. So which text do I want to repeat? What should I repeat? Also, let's say I want to repeat this currency GH. No, let me repeat this number. So how many times do I want to repeat it? Let's say I want to repeat it 4 times. So we should have 398, 398, 398, 398. Should have it in 4 different times. So yeah, so let's see 398, 398 to 398, 3984. So that's basically the work of repeat. But in the case where you want to have spacing in between, so you need to make use of the you need to make use of the ampersand and your delimiter. So for instance, my ampersand, then my delimiter, spacing delimiter, then 4. You see, it's automatically put spacing in between. So let's do that again. Equals to repeat, repeat the text that I want to repeat. Okay, let's say I want to repeat this GHS now. So how many times do I want to repeat it? I want to repeat it just 3 times. So enter. You see GHS, GHS, GHS. But if I need to input spacing in between the GHS so it does not look off, so you need to input your ampersand and your delimiter, which is the spacing or whatever that you want. It could be spacing, it could be hyphen. So let's do it again. So equals to repeat the text I want to repeat. I want to repeat this GHS now. So I need to input my, before my comma, input your and, then your delimiter. Let's say I want to use hyphen here instead of space. Then put your comma. So how many number of times do you want to repeat it? I want to repeat it how many times? Let's say I want to repeat it still 3 times, then enter. So you see this, this, and this. So I don't use the ampersand. It's kind of looking awkward. So let me use the my spacing. Yeah, you see. So the repeat will help you repeat your character, your text, whatsoever that you have, a given number of times that you select. If I want to repeat it 10 times for me, it will do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I want to repeat it 1,000,000 times, it will definitely do that. And if I wanted to repeat it maybe just 1 time, you have job 1. If you want it to be 2 or 3 times or 4 times, even 1,000,000 times, it will just do that for you. So basically that's the work of repeat. So I'll just use this, you see, NGN, NGN, GHS, GBP. Then what do we have here? We have EUR, we have EUR, we have GBP. Yeah, I think, yeah, so I found the one with spacing. This is one that was giving us the fourth GBP the other time. This is it. So there's space. Yeah, I said that, you see. There's a space here. Not even one, it is even two. Unlike the others, there are no spacing. So this one has space. So that's why we are having 4 GBP. So with the trim, I was able to cut out the space. So I was just able to have just the unique currency that I have there. So I'm going to hide this. Now for the transpose, transpose helps us to convert our table to different orientation. So let's say for instance we have staff's record and we have employee, we have first name. If we have first name, we have last name. Sorry, I need to change this to last. We have first name, we have first name, we have last name, we have role, and we have age. Okay, let's say the first name we have John Doe. John Doe is how many years? 47 years. No, the role John Doe is HR. How many years? For 7 years. Then we have which other name do we have? Okay, one of my students is Michael Lewis. So let's say Michael Lewis is what should we give? Is an admin officer, and how old is he? Is 37. Let's say we have Laura Laura Sean. Laura Sean is the secretary. And how old is she? She's 42. And can we have one more person? Okay, let's say we have Lionel Messi. Yeah. So let's say we have, and Lionel Messi is what should we give Messi? Messi can be our accountant. Yeah. And Messi is just is the youngest, let's say 25. So with this, transpose will help me convert. This table is more of like being in. So this transpose will help me convert to vertical. Let's say, so equals to transpose. Now you have to highlight the table that we created. So I'll take it from here to the last one, then enter. Did you see the first name, the header? You see where it is now. It is unlike the previous table. Look at where we have it now. So that is the work of transpose. Transpose will help us change the orientation of our table from being in maybe vertical to horizontal, and likewise from horizontal back to vertical. So as you can see, the age and everything, they are all in the right place. The role, and for Michael Lewis, he sees an admin officer. Then we have it there. Michael Lewis, admin officer 37. For Laura Sean, for Michael Lewis 37. For Laura Sean, she's a secretary. Then 42 years, we have it there. And lastly, the age. Lastly, for Lionel Messi, you see Lionel Messi, then accountant is the role, then the age, which is 25, just like the way we have it in the previous table that we have before. So I can as well convert this same table back to the way it was before, so using transpose. So tab transpose, then select this table. So this will convert it to the previous way it was before. So this transpose, you see, it helps to change the orientation of our table from being a vertical table to an horizontal table. So let's try another one again. Let's try it again. Maybe we have the name, age, the John. The age of John is 47. Then Michael should be 37. Then we have Laura should be 42. Then we have Messi 25. So with transpose now, I think this should help you understand it better. So transpose now will help us. You will see the arrangement now equals to transpose. Then I'll select the table again, then enter. Did you see now? Did you see? I think this is more clearer than the previous table because this has little information, so it is easily visible. It is easily visible. So if I change anything here, it should appear in my transpose. Yeah, should appear in my transpose. So I think this is easily visible. I can as well turn this back to the previous table that we have. I just need to select it. So did you see now? Did you see it? We have the name and the age exactly the way it was. Exactly the way it was on our table. So this is majorly the work of transpose. Now we've come to the end of this video, and if I want to unhide everything we've talked about, I just need to highlight, then see I have to unhide everything back. So we have now everything back. We've talked about concatenate, concat, TEXTJOIN, the ampersand, TEXTSPLIT, left, right, mid, substitute, len, count, upper, lower, proper, unique, trim. Talk about trim, we talk about exact, clean, count, repeat, and transpose. So with these few things that you've learned in this video, this should help you to to clean your data, to help you more in cleaning your data. This is just the
basic functions of text functions. They help you to clean your data for further analysis. These are the basic concepts of text functions. So with this, you should be able to clean your data and help you with your analysis. So please help like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more updates.